So after I made this video, I realized that the blazer vanes were too tall for my Barnett crossbow, so I'm gonna have to change out the vanes. So everything in this video, as far as switching out the nocks, is good information. Just make sure you check for vane clearance with the blazer vanes. And like I'm gonna have to do, you might have to change out the vanes on your arrows after you change out the nocks to half moon nocks. Thanks for tuning in to Backyard Broadheads. So this is a fairly new Barnett XP370. It has an Excalibur Tac Zone scope on there. But what we're gonna look at today is how we can shoot Ravin arrows out of this Barnett. So in order to do that, we need to have a half moon nock on here. The half moon nocks I'm gonna use are out of 10 Points Alpha Bright system. So these are lighted nocks with half moons, or they have a few different kind of nocks in there. And also inside of here, there's different color adapters for the different inside diameters on different arrows. And the white one happens to be the one that works for this arrow. But in order to put those in, we have to get this nock out, which is in there extremely tight. And then we have to get this little metal insert out of there, which is glued in. And I'm going to show you the easy way how to do that. So what I have is a 1/8 inch diameter piece of steel rod that you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot, and it is cut to 21 inches long. And then on one end, or maybe on both ends, you want to make sure it's not sharp. You want to get that nice and flat. It could even be rounded over a little bit. The other end, you might as well just round that end over too, because you don't want to have a sharp end hitting on your nock. Then you're going to need your arrow and a small hammer. What you're going to do is take your smooth end, take out your field point, and feed it up inside of the arrow. Now I'm going to kind of put pressure like this on it, and as you put this in, it's going to stop right there. And that is when it is hitting this metal insert. So it goes in, it hits a metal insert, and then you just wiggle a little bit. Now when it goes in further, it is hitting on the nock. So keep that pressed in, and you're going to tap on this. And that actually only took one tap, and you can see that nock is most of the way out. And give it another tap. And our nock is now out, nice and easy. Our next step, we're going to need the heat gun and a pair of pliers. So next on this step, when you're using the heat gun, don't blow the heat like this to where it's going to heat up the insert and also heat up your carbon fiber. Try to blow it like this so that you're only heating up the insert, and that heat can go down and heat up the glue, and that will pull out, because you really don't want to damage the carbon fiber at all. You just want enough heat to melt that glue to where you can then grab it with pliers like this. Just going to grab it like that, twist a little bit, and get that to pull right out. Like right now I can't budge it, but we're going to apply a little bit of heat. So do a little bit of heat at a time, and then try it. A little more heat, try it. Okay, there we go. So that's out. Now, what you can do if you want is quickly get your little insert while you still have some hot glue in there. Get that pushed in. And then you'll need your little alignment tool. And you're going to take that and get your tabs aligned with your fletchings.
So now you have your white insert in there. Make sure you look closely around here for cracks. Make sure your arrow's not damaged at all. If it is, don't use it. Next, here is our half moon nock with our light inside of it. So this is the light. Whenever the crossbow is fired, it pushes in, turns on the light. To shut these off, you just take that out, pull out on the light. I've really never had any issues with these. So this, you just kind of twist that, put that back in there. So now you take your half moon nock and you put it in here. Make sure it's lined up how it should be. If you have it like this, to where the clear tab is not going down inside of this slot, you have to turn it 180 degrees. You're going to go into your first click, and then whenever the crossbow is fired, your light will turn on. And now this is ready to be shot out of your Barnett with supreme accuracy. From Backyard Broadheads, these are heart drop hangers. There's a heart drop 5-in-1 for most Ravin crossbows, and the heart drop 5-in-1 R26 for the Ravin R26. You can check them out on eBay or from backyardbroadheads.com. Both links are in the description below. Here is a stirrup and hanger for your R500. This is another accessory for your Ravin crossbow, the 4-in-1 light. It attaches and detaches in seconds. It's an extremely level bipod. It's a hanger, it's a kickstand. It helps you with cocking and decocking your crossbow. It helps eliminate death wobble from decocking. And then whenever you're in your tree stand, it helps stabilize the crossbow on your lap. And you can also rest it up on the shooting rail to keep your crossbow off of the rail and protect your crossbow. So here is the hanger for your Ravin R500 crossbow. You can see it goes on and off real quick with a wing nut, and once it's on there, it's mounted rock solid. So I'm just putting it back on here. Comes off nice and easy, that way it'll fit into any case that you have. And back on there, rock solid again. This thing's nice because you can lean it up outside or inside your blind, hang it in your tree, hang it at home. You can rest it on your shooting rail and your tree stand. It helps you with cocking and decocking on a table or cocking, decocking on the ground. You can check it out from eBay, Amazon, or backyardbroadheads.com from the links in the description below.